I feel like unless it's financial, men don't. It's hard for me to get turned on by a man. Like to me, it's like, yeah, no, I'm good. You know what I mean? Yeah, like unless I think like even watching a man spend his money, like recently I was at the strip club and watching a man spend his money even on other women turns me on. You know what I mean? It's just like,
no, I don't know what you mean. This is the craziest shit I've ever heard. Like obviously I understand that people would want someone else paying for their things, but to say that's the only thing that makes you attracted to somebody is pretty frightening. I guess this is just the new kind of gold digger, having no shame at all. I mean, she's just coming right out and saying it. Like, listen guys, I'm not attracted to you at all. The only thing that attracts me is money. If you want to be with me, you got to be spending money. And I almost respect that a little bit, because usually gold diggers do not want to admit it because like they're embarrassed or something, but now I guess they're just coming right out and saying it. I can respect the honesty a little bit, but obviously this girl's got a problem. I mean, it's not healthy to just be attracted to people just for money. Like that's a terrible thing. I guess this is what simp culture has done to the world. It's completely out of control. I mean, she's just saying this straight up. Listen, I'm only with you for money. And she's saying this on a podcast that millions of people listen to, and guys are still going to be really into her. Like I bet after the podcast she got a bunch of DMs of guys like, yo, let me buy you this, let me buy you that. And like guys that should not be spending money on girls, guys who probably barely even have money. Like what the hell has society come to when you can feel comfortable going onto a massive podcast and telling the whole world that all you care about is guys having money, and you admitting that doesn't even hurt your chances of finding guys with money? Like you would think everyone would be like, oh, she's clearly with me just because I have money, like she doesn't actually like anything about me. But you'd be wrong, because now there's probably more guys than ever asking her out, because they're probably just like, oh well, if I just spend money on her, she'll like me, even though she doesn't like you and she just likes how you spend your money. It's crazy, and I can guarantee stuff like this will never end. I'm sure it'll get even worse. Like there will always be guys that have no problem throwing all their money at girls, and most of the time these guys aren't even getting anything in return.
Recently I was at the strip club and watching a man spend his money even on other women turns me on. You know what I mean? It's just like, it makes me feel like, wow, like you're a boss.
Yeah, it's really boss when guys just throw all their money at some girl that doesn't even like them at all. And obviously in her eyes it's boss because she's the one getting all the money, but the person spending the money is just a fucking idiot.
The strip club and watching a man spend his money even on other women turns me on. You know what I mean? It's just like, it makes me feel like, wow, like you're a boss.
I think you need therapy.
And that's probably the best line I've ever heard from this guy. Like, if she's gonna be brutally honest, so is he. And he's definitely not wrong. Like, it sounds like he's just trying to help her here, really. I mean, she should go to therapy. But you know who needs therapy even more than her? The fucking simps. I mean, they created this monster, and they're gonna keep creating them. Like, this is a never-ending thing here. It's only gonna get worse and worse.
You're a boss.
I think you need therapy.
Fuck you.
I mean, I'm just serious. Like, you have to.
Why do I need therapy for getting what I want just for living?
Okay.
Great response there. I'm sure that's going to stump Adam. Oh, you're just getting what you want just for living? I don't even know what to say to that, because I don't even know what the fuck that means.
If you're a woman who could get turned on by a guy for other reasons, and then you also get turned on by a guy spending money on you, I guess I could understand. But when you say you only get turned on by a guy who's throwing money at you, I mean,
that's like the first thing, and then then I'm curious now. Who, like, oh, okay, you're hot, big dick energy. You know what I mean?
All right, so I think she's trying to backtrack a little bit here, because she probably realized that she looked like a maniac saying that the only thing that turns her on from guys is them spending money on her. But it's so annoying that she says guys that spend a lot of money on chicks, like that's big dick energy and their boss and shit like that. Like, obviously she wants to say that so that guys keep spending money on her, but like that is the opposite of being a boss or having big dick energy. Like, that is just fucking pathetic, because if a girl's with a guy just for money, that is never a good look for the guy.
What kind of financial circumstances did you grow up under? Like, were you poor growing up?
Hell yeah. My mother was 18, my father was 21. My dad had a couple crack houses, so he had money and cars and stuff, but it was like hood shit, you know what I mean?
No, again, I don't know what you mean. Did you grow up poor or did you grow up having money? Like, originally you're like, yeah, I grew up really poor, but then you said your dad had houses and cars. Like, that sounds like money to me.
So yeah, I ain't have no bread. I had to get it out the mud.
I guess that does probably partially explain it.
Maybe.
I mean, just like your male role model having crack houses. I guess that's probably... It's got to explain some of this.
But my dad did financially take care of me my whole life until I was 21, until I finished college.
What the hell is she talking about? She's contradicting herself every 5 seconds. Like, she literally just said she didn't have much money and she grew up poor and like she had to do everything on her own, it sounded like. And then she says her dad supported her all the way through college. Like, it's got to be one or the other.
Men are in my DM sending me money who I don't even know.
Right.
Who probably will never meet me, who don't know where I live, don't know anything about me but what they see on the internet, and they're sending me money.
Oh, God. God, I'm disgusted by this. I'm ashamed to be a male right now. How desperate do you have to be to send some random girl money that you don't even know for nothing in return, and like she's never even gonna recognize you for it, unless this is the recognition you're looking for, her bringing it up on a podcast so people could react to how insane it is. And I guarantee a good percentage of these guys that are sending her money like don't even have any money and are living like paycheck to paycheck, but they have no problem throwing their money out the window on this fucking girl. I don't know. I mean, maybe I just don't get it. Like maybe it's some kind of simp fetish, like where the guys want to feel like a simp. Like maybe them just giving this girl money makes them get off on it somehow. I don't know.
I guess it shouldn't surprise me so much that guys just want to give money to girls for nothing, but I can't escape it. It's just baffling to me.
I don't think it's for nothing. I think it's for just them existing. And I feel like...
Is she being serious here? Like, it's so hard to tell. Like, is she just saying, oh no, they're not giving him money for nothing. They're giving him money just for existing, which is nothing. Like, if I'm just walking down the street and some guy hands me $500, he gave me that money for nothing. I mean, you could say he gave it to me for existing, but existing is like the bare minimum you can do in life.
I mean, I feel like what's Patreon? Don't people like men or whoever watch you give money to people just to listen to you?
Patreon.com/no jumper. Yes, but I mean, there's a lot of content on the Patreon that's like exclusive that they don't have access to.
Right,
we can do naked girl stuff on there. We can do, all kinds of drug types.
And
Not that we have yet, but we're going to.
And so they find value, even, you know what I mean? But a person like me would be like, why would I pay for this? You know what I mean? Like you said.
I'm so sick of her saying, you know what I mean? Because no one can understand what you mean. And listen, I didn't want to hate on this girl. Like, I could totally respect the hustle. But when you're saying such stupid shit, like, I gotta call it out. Like, she's trying to say that she understands why guys send girls money, like, for no reason at all and to get nothing in return. But she doesn't understand why someone would pay to listen to somebody. Like, everyone pays for music. A lot of people pay for podcasts on Patreon. And you're paying for a product and something that you'll get in return. You're not just, like, paying someone to literally exist, like she said before.
Listen to this on YouTube for free or whatever. So that's the part that I don't get, because even on Fresh and Fit podcast, I didn't want to like put them on blast, but I was like, aren't you men paying to watch men? Like, I don't get it. Like, why wouldn't you pay a woman like if you liked her or if you had interest in her? Like, what's the difference?
I seriously can't believe what I'm listening to. You're gonna put a podcast on blast because guys are supporting their content and paying for it? Like, put every podcast on blast then. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's gotta be acting stupid. Like, how can you sound this dumb? Like, I don't get when guys pay for a product, but I get when they pay some girl for no reason, for nothing in return.
So some people see a beautiful woman and they're like, maybe I want to buy her a car because that's going to help her get from point A to point B. Maybe I want to put her in a house because she's going to be sheltered and it's going to be because of me.
Yeah, she's got to be faking this. Like, I'm pretty sure she just laughed at herself at how ridiculous she sounded.
Listen, the other day, with the taxi situation, I was about to say that story. Came off the flight to Miami. My phone was dead, so I had no choice but to talk to this person. I was annoyed at first.
Wow, she sounds like such a lovely person. Like, your phone's dead, so you're all annoyed because you actually have to talk to somebody.
He's talking to me, telling me about the cars that he has, and I'm like, can you buy me a car? And at first he's laughing like, ha ha ha, whatever. And I'm like, I'm really serious. I really need a car. Like, my car is messed up, bullshitting, whatever.
And then she asked the person for a car. Like, she's all pissed off because she has to talk to somebody. And then she asked the person for a goddamn car. What the hell kind of fantasy world does she live in where she legit just asked some random guy for a car? Well, actually, I don't know why I said fantasy world, because like, this is the actual world. Like, this is actually what's going on out there. Like, she's lived her life with such privilege and like just used to getting things from people that she thinks it's appropriate just to ask some random dude for a car, and she'll probably get it too. That's the scary part.
Gave him my phone number. He's literally been calling me the last 5-6 days trying to get me to meet him at the dealership, but I've been so busy running around with everything that I haven't had the chance to. Every single day, are you going to meet me today at the dealership? Are you going to meet me today at the dealership? Are you going to meet me today at the dealership?
I keep thinking it won't get any crazier, and then she just says something else that blows my mind. Like, listen to what's going on here. She asked some random guy for a car, and now he's trying to give it to her, but she's too busy. She's too busy to get a free car, and like, what the hell is she busy with? There's no way she works. Well, actually, she's probably busy getting other free shit.
That he wants to get me a car. Don't know this person. Literally had a 1-hour taxi ride that I didn't have to pay for.
If you're driving a taxi, you're not making enough money to buy a random woman a car.
I mean, I don't know. Some people, you don't know.
See, this is what I'm talking about. These are people that don't make too much money. Like, they should not be out there throwing their money around, but yet they're still out there buying some girl that they met like an hour ago a car.
I mean, you kind of do that. Like, driving a cab is not the best job. I've watched YouTube videos about people who drive Uber and shit. They make like $500 a week, whatever. I mean, it's
well,
cool,
according to him, he has a X, whatever the fuck BMW. He has a Porsche. He, you know what I mean. He put his daughter through school cash. You know what I mean. So whatever money he has saved up, maybe I don't know what's his financial situation, but I know he wants to get me a car.
I love how she doesn't even think anything of it. That some taxi driver who's probably not making too much money is telling her that he has a bunch of expensive cars and he's willing to buy her a car. It sounds to me like he's just trying to impress her and hopefully hook up with her. And I like how she never really acknowledges the end goal here, that guys are obviously just trying to get with her. Like, I guarantee there's not a single guy that's giving her money that doesn't want to hook up with her.
And when I go home, I know I'm gonna go get my car.
Does it stand out to you that there's maybe like a possibility that he might like eventually stalk you or like do some creepy shit?
Yeah, exactly. Like, the guy buying her the car obviously wants to be with her. Like, he wants her so badly that he'll buy her a car, or he'll like make up that he'll buy her a car just so he can see her again, which is pretty creepy. And she even said that he just keeps texting her all day now. Like, this guy's already giving off stalker vibes. And then imagine if he actually buys her the car, like, she'll probably just leave him right afterwards. So then he'll probably like flip out and want to find her and just stalk her. Like, it's a bad situation to get yourself into.
Well, for me, I just feel like if you stand strong in your stance, I don't give a fuck what anybody feels or thinks or wants to do. You know what I mean? I mean, no one forced you to do these things for me. So it's like, once you give it to me, it's mine. All
right, I'm not going to argue with her there. Like, if a guy does buy her something, it is hers. But then she's just tied to that whole situation and that person. Like, there's going to be more to it than just him buying you something. That's never going to be it.
I do agree that these men, if they want to spend money on these relationships or whatever, then that's cool. That's like their prerogative, etc. I do think we need to address like this simp culture where so many guys think that this is like a good use of their time or money. I think it just says like really horrible things about men in general, that so many men are this stupid.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a good look for guys. Like, obviously people can do whatever the hell they want, but this is not a good road to go down. Like, it's already gone too far. There's already enough people doing this kind of thing. Like, if you find yourself spending like a quarter or more of your paycheck on some girl that you've never met before and you never will meet and you've never even talked to and you've only seen on a computer screen, like, you're doing something wrong. I mean, I feel like that's pretty obvious advice, but I guess it needs to be said. All right, that's about all I have for this video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this mess. Then hit the subscribe button because there's going to be a lot more content like this coming out in the future. All right, I'll catch you at the next video.